Alright YouTube, got a new video for you today. I debated uploading this for a while because of YouTube's recent practices and policies, but I have been so impressed with the gun, and I don't see very many of these on YouTube at all, maybe 2 or 3 videos. So I wanted to share this and give you my impressions. So this is the LWRC or LWRC International M6. This is a direct impingement. It's not one of their gas operated because I didn't want to spend the extra. Or it's not one of their gas piston, because I didn't want to spend the extra $1,000 for that feature, which I wouldn't care about. So this is one of the more premium AR manufacturers. They make a lot of other ones. They make the SMG-45 that you might have heard about, and the Reapers, which are 6.8 traditionally. So a lot of good options, and this one is in tungsten gray or sniper gray, as they call it. It also came in like a bronzed brown color. There was an OD green, and then of course there's a regular black finish. I spent an extra $200 or so for this particular configuration with the extra rail sections and everything, and to get this finish over the standard black. Starting over here at the stock, we have the LWRCI proprietary stock. When I bought this gun, I thought about swapping out the stock. I wasn't too impressed with it visually, but I can safely say from a functionality standpoint, it is rock solid. Just like the rest of this gun, they did their research, and it is absolutely perfect. It's very lightweight, but the lockup is solid. It's got your quick detach for your sling, and you know, like I said, I could get the Daniel defense with a little rubberized cheek rest up here if I wanted. But the stock works fine, so I really don't see the need in it right now. Now I do have a Magpul, can't remember what is it, the mission slings, 2-to-1. I keep it in the 2-point configuration, but I could switch it over to the 1-point if I wanted. Again, I have the one that has the quick detach, and you can adjust it. No, MS1, there you go. Other side of the sling. And yeah, I've been very impressed with the slings. These can be really expensive, but if you get them on sale, they're not that bad. Speaking of Magpul, it does come with the rubberized MOE Plus grip, and it does have storage down here on the bottom if you're not familiar with them. So if you wanted to put in extra batteries or a miniature cleaning kit or whatever else, you could do that. While we have it upside down, it does have an LWRC enhanced trigger guard. This is polymer, it's not metal, so it saves a little bit of weight there. One thing that is very good about this gun is the upper and lower receiver. Of course, they're both made by LWRC, so they are solid. This is even better than Colt, I would say, for their lockups, at least back when that kind of meant something. One of the best features about this gun from an accessibility standpoint is that all the controls are ambidextrous. So your bolt catch and release, your magazine release, your fire controls, ambidextrous charging handle, which really shows dust on camera. And then you can see there the bolt release, mag release, and fire controls on the other side. So very, very good if you're left-handed or right-handed. An amazing choice. Now up top we have the Trijicon Acog, 4x magnification. This is the optic that I reviewed last July, and I have the Bobro Engineering mount. I don't like the giant screws, and this also adds some functionality with having a quick release or quick detach. Very good. Very, very good. Both of those components. Now it does come with this this rail. Again, one of the things I liked about the LWRC, and we'll get to it, is just the barrel and the rest of this from this point forward. I mean, the whole gun is absolutely stunning. I have found 0 flaws with it. The accuracy is amazing, but this particular design here, and it's all preference at this point, but just the way that it kind of morphs into this rail, kind of morphs into the upper receiver. with everything being internalized with these screws, 4 screws on each side. Really makes the fit and finish stand out. And when you grip this rifle, it fits perfectly. Just so you're aware, I've safety checked the gun, and you saw the open chamber a second ago. These are some of the, I want to say 77 grain, I can't remember the manufacturer, but they're 223, and they're the self-defense rounds. That's what I keep in this gun at all times. So you can just kind of see there for reference. I don't know if it's going to focus, but I also can't see. Anyway. So moving towards the rest of the front here, and you might notice, I'm just going to go ahead and show this now, that the barrel is spiraled. That is a little bit of weight reduction. Doesn't really do anything for performance of the barrel itself, but that's one of the things that also sold me on this gun. Having that spiral fluting, and then also having the front, the rail guard like this, how it's designed from LWRC, and it has these rail sections, and it matches my Legion, and it would look really good with an Acog. That's kind of how my brain worked when I first saw this gun at a local shop, and I was obsessed from that point. 2 years later, I ended up getting it. Anyway, these rail sections up here, these all come with the gun. These are just 2 screws each. This is actually 1 plate. This is a smaller plate. When you get the gun, it's going to have a Picatinny rail mount right here. It's pretty large, and it kind of throws off the smoothness, the ergonomics of the whole gun, in my opinion. So I took it off because I've got a rail mount up there that we'll look at in a minute. But it's got these 3 here. It's got the the angled grip and the hand stop. And then it's this isn't working too well. And then it's got the 2 on this side, and I move those over because I like to have the grip right where it came from the factory. Those 2 to keep my fingers off the rail and the barrel. It's got your tick marks there, of course, too. But it's very easy to get a grip on this gun, and it's very comfortable. It's effortless, and if I needed to, I could turn on the light there. So I don't like pressure switches. I think they're overpriced for what they do, just moving the button over a little bit. So I went with this Daniel Defense offset rail. You can get those for about $50 on Amazon. And then I've got a Surefire, I can't remember the model, but it's like a $60 light, I think. In my opinion, that's just a standard A2 flashlighter. But in my opinion, you should always have good optics and a good light, and also a good sling. Optics, because you need to see what you're shooting at. It's going to be faster than irons, and while you should use irons, most people aren't going to get the range time to become as proficient with irons as they will with an optic. A light, because one of the first rules of firearm safety is to identify your target before you shoot it. How can you do that in the dark without a light? And a sling for added stability and weapon retention during conflict. So if you don't have those 3 components on your rifle, go ahead and do it. Enough preaching. Closing remarks, this gun is wonderful. Again, I can't say that enough. I've been thoroughly impressed with this gun, and I think LWRC has an AR customer for life. I'm always going to recommend them for the foreseeable future. I want to get the SMG 45 one day. That's even more than this thing, probably twice as much. But yeah, if you have one, please feel free to comment below with your experiences. And if you have any questions or you're thinking about getting one, feel free to comment below. Please subscribe, and thanks for watching.